Beauty in Black returned to Netflix with season 2 part 1, which had some seriously wild moments. Power shifts, secrets being revealed, loyalties being tested, outright murder, and lots of sex. In this video, I will be breaking down how part 1 wrapped up what happened to Kimmy, Mallory, Charles, Rain, Sylvie, Angel, and more. Then we will look ahead to what part 2 may bring alongside some news about the trailer and the release date. Buckle up. At the start of season 2, Kimmy makes it clear that she's done being sidelined. She's now married to Horace under intense circumstances. Thank God he's not dead, but he was in Italy for cancer treatment. And this marriage gives Kimmy the power she has been yearning for. She becomes the chief operating officer of Beauty in Black and immediately begins to implement her own vision for the company. The most interesting part is that she doesn't need Horace's constant guidance. She has been studying, planning, and preparing. So this Kimmy is not just someone who inherited her role, but someone who wants to show everyone that she's earned it. She has incredible confidence, which grows day by day. But not everyone welcomes this with open arms. Mallory, of course, doesn't take losing power lightly. She sees Kimmy as a threat and as someone who underestimates her. Early on, we see her trying to charm Kimmy and manipulate her, but Kimmy actually holds her ground. So Mallory switches gears and reveals just how ruthless she can be. Meanwhile, there's this whole drama with Charles that intensifies in the first part of season 2. His relationship with the attorney is exposed when Roy catches them, and it doesn't just affect him personally, it also has big implications within the Bellary family. And Charles goes off the rails after a robbery attempt. He shoots and kills 3 thieves while trying to clean up his mess. He asks for the attorney's help, and what he's attempting is very, very gruesome and dark. He literally goes full Dexter mode, butchering these bodies to hide everything. That was so shocking, right? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. I also have to talk about Rain and how she survives a botched BBL that almost killed her. Even though you have to admit she healed physically very nicely, she immediately started plotting revenge, especially against Daga, who had a role in all of this. Rain gets the help of Officer Alex, who is supposed to be watching over things as head of security, but he ends up in the thick of it, shooting both Daga and her accomplice from the club Shake Shake. Apparently, this isn't enough trouble for Rain because when she goes into the Bellary home, she misunderstands after seeing Glenn and Sylvie having sex. She pushes Glenn out of the window and he suffers life-threatening injuries. He survives, but the damage is huge. Now Kimmy has to deal with that on top of her business. We also have to talk about that Angel twist. Horace gives the go-ahead for Angel's life to be taken out and there's an assassination attempt on his head. But Angel survives because he plays dead. It doesn't solve anything though. If Jules and others find out he's still alive, they will go after his child and baby mama. They're that ruthless. So Angel goes into hiding using Horace's connections to stay under the radar. But we know part 2 will not go easy on him. Speaking of part 2, let's talk about what the ending sets up for the rest of the season. So we know that Kimmy is now fully in power both formally and psychologically. She's behaving like she owns the company and has so much confidence. But we also know that Mallory isn't going down quietly. She will do anything to protect her power. We should expect her to form alliances to undermine Kimmy and maybe even see betrayals nobody saw coming. Speaking of betrayal, the attorney's loyalty to Charles is especially in question. Will he protect Charles despite everything or decide that his secrets are just too dangerous to keep? His betrayal could literally end Charles because Charles is already in deep with murder, lies, and cover-ups. Part 2 could see him entering total collapse mentally, legally, and socially. If the attorney turns on Charles or is compelled to switch sides, that will be a big shift. The showrunner and the cast talked about what to expect in season 2, and they said we should expect the betrayals to cut deeper in part 2. If part 1 was about establishing the power shifts, part 2 will likely test them. So we'll see more backstabbing betrayals with characters being forced to pick sides. Tyler Perry also promises more jaw-dropping and unexpected twists until the very end of the season. And like I said, since Angel is still alive but hiding, there will be so much suspense around whether his enemies will find him. There will also be tension about protecting his baby mama and child. How long can he stay hidden before someone comes for the rest of his family? You might also be rightfully wondering when we'll get to see all of this play out. there is no official release date from Netflix, but season 2 part 2 will probably come out in early 2026. Considering there were only 5 months between the first and second parts of season 1, I think it's safe to say the wait will be similar. So I expect Beauty in Black season 2 part 2 to come out around February 2026. I'm sure we'll get a teaser trailer before the year ends. If you guys want to watch a video about another Tyler Perry project, check out this one.